Everybody all right? Who are you, spirit? The plague's corrupted the rest of us. The steel garrote. Our minds. Broken. I won't let it take me. I'll keep my sanity. You're not real! You can't be. No! Go away, spirit!
The trap cuts. The fox cries at the pain of the hare. The justice of the wild.
Go away! Oh, I know you're not real. I'll stop you if I must. My soul is mine. Mine! It will not be despoiled. What was that prayer Ludwig taught us to banish the visions? Fearsome Woodica, by your withering gaze, I bind this tricksome devil. Oh, God, it's still there. I see the canopy of a tree inside your soul. No! Stop looking at me! I don't want to see it!
Oh no, the poor dear. I don't think he can be helped.
The ruiner, the rival, the seed of the poisonous tree. She said, she commanded me, The Queen receives petitioners from atop her burning throne. The Queen, she...
Has Kostya already spoken with her?
They're grubs in the dirt. Wriggling things. Nothing to her but feed for the journey to the wood. The closer she draws us to the wood, the worse the visions become. Leaves and chains, roots and rot. When I close my eyes and when I wake, they never go away. Make them go away. None shall pass, she said. None but she and the Queen that was and always will be. Woedica, blind you villain!
Nice work.
Someone there?
We've got company!
Take him down. Stop right there.
It's the envoy!
Let's go. I'm with you! We're under attack!
I hear volcanoes have all sorts of pretty flowers growing around them. I'd love some for my hair.
Suckers, some steel garrote slaughtered them and left them to rot. I say we paid them in kind. I think I sprained my shoulder.
Watch yourself.
You asked for it!
Bless you.
Please help me!
We got them all.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come. I don't know. They caught me. They said they had questions. Then they stopped making sense. Just nonsense.
Something happened. No idea what.
Please. There is a friend of mine hiding in the summit. You have to help me before it's too late.
Right. We better get moving.
Keep quiet.
Who's there?
Get them!
Check the right.
It's the end.
Fantastically inconvenient. Occasion. Someone's eager to meet us.
Steel Garrote left all this behind without packing up. He must have left in a hurry.
These are Pargrunen books. Just beautiful, and wasted on the Steel Garrote.
They circled Solace Keep on the map. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? No. Whatever else I think about Solace, it's still full of highly trained Pargrunen wardens sworn to die to protect it.
They must think that the keep hides away into the garden, for some reason.
I suppose it's possible the path to the garden is under the keep.
Someone had to tell them.
Doesn't matter. A Steel Garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Nothing will keep them safer than taking out the Steel Garrote.
Whether they realize it or not.
Trespasser, she defiles our ground. Murderer, she is near.
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop me? The time has come to take the garden.
Wardens will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
To dream through.
Die on board. Come. Let's talk. So here you are. Sapadal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladin's envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapadal's weapon. a cudgel to drive us out of the living lands. Then Sapadal's danger is only outmatched by their unpredictability. What a pair we make, Envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment, or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear? You've seen what they can do in chains. Setting them loose would be a disaster. No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapadal. Plague, blight, madness. The living lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Well, this god was quite pleasant up until your steel garrote came in and started setting things on fire.
You and I alone can save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapadal.
Break the bars!
Right. We definitely all had input on that decision.
Oh, that's a big decision. Can't we just talk to them first?
I knew it might come to this. Sapadal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential. This battle has raged for millennia. If you will not finish it, then I will. Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Look right!
Let's get this over.
More drink stones. Really?
On your left, dear. More coming from the camp.
did it! That steel garrote Korba died just like anyone else. Right. I don't trust that woman to die like a normal person.
That pulse. The pulse that changed everyone. That was from Sapadal. Have they been the source of the Dream Scourge the whole time? All we can do now is focus on the garden. That's what's important.
Vipers in the knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please! Touch the Adra. Feel our voice. Speak. We would speak to you. They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream, they do not answer. Truth! Truth! We are in agony! They come, a surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite. We do not wish this, not again. They eat us alive. Out! Let us out! Set us free! There are always more. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst, the old light. It blinds us. Send it away. We grow new life, better life. We fill them until they explode. Death is decay. Decay is life. Growth is life. Growth is pain. It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads, and the rot spreads. The plague grows. We did not mean to. We questioned, we doubted, Perhaps we should explain. We see how the mycelial roots tended with our blood and tears. We wanted to be patience and strength, but we were afraid. They hurt us and would not stop. We did not mean to. We were innocent. We were never taught the meaning of our strength. We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The charred queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly. We do not know. We do not comprehend. We were new to the world, and it to us. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. Can the river not wash and drown? Can poison not cure the disease? They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again, again, again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us. Help us. We are alone. We cause it, but it is not our way. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more. You will see. Go to the stronghold at the edge of the Acid Sea, the one that overlooks our prison. One of the builders knew the way. We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the Acid Sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
take these things back to camp. You can fiddle with them there.
Damn. The way is blocked. You asked for it!
In the eyes!
Buddy, all right? Listen, I don't know what happened. Seems like something we might want to stop.
We see you.
Watch yourselves.
Quarry in the brush.
Watch your right!
Treacherous weed! We see you!
Nice work.
You tear it off!
How did you and Quilici meet? For some reason, he won't tell me the story. Was it scandalous? Did you seduce him away from a noble heiress, and now you're both in hiding?
No, it's a tale as old as time, my dear. We locked eyes across the bar back in Fjord, and he was a goner. The moment he found out I wanted to see Nakutadek, he offered to take me there. So off we went. And once I'd gotten my fill of the ruin's exterior, we had just enough time left to explore each other.
Research and romance. When I find my special someone, I can only hope our meeting is as educational as yours. Would you ever consider using animancy at sea?
Nope. Too unpredictable. Predictable.
But surely you see the potential. It could improve navigation, lighting, and even fishing.
And the last thing you want is your navigator hearing voices, or your hull catching fire when one of those devices messes up.
Where's your spirit of adventure?
Alive to tell the tale, thank you.
Envoy? I've seen Mount Forgia erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was angry, like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume Sapadal was involved. Oh, they overreacted. I see. Just a tiny baby god throwing a tantrum, blowing up the land and killing everyone. Poor thing. They must be terrified. Anyway. Thanks for talking.
This place may not have much going for it, but that view across the Acid Sea is really something at night. Ask away. Holler if you need anything else.
You can't say that Solus isn't taking things seriously. Not now.
And then what? Start over with nothing? We'd be beggars in the streets.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why Nandru built the sluice gates, to redirect the lava flows away.
He's not the one
Watch
I'm
yourself,
worried about.
Outlander.
Someone's going to have to tell the outposts.
Maybe it's time for another assignment. Sure, the keeper's gone. You know what that means, right?
Wherever we go next, they need us to build them new homes.
Exactly, they knew it. The moment I saw that Adiran, I knew it was a bad sign.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep, quickly and calmly, and...
We're all going to die!
Calm yourself. You won't die as long as you listen to me. We already have a plan set up outside the keep. Simply
The feeling of the keep swaying like a drunkard is something I'll never forget. You need something? You need something?
Marius, praise Abaddon, you are alive.
What's happening? Why's everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive. Unless you have come back to help us, Envoy, I don't have time for you. We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now! We told you, we don't know, and this is hardly the time to be asking.
Tell that to the Steel Garrote. They found a way to the garden, and it's somewhere beneath the keep. They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solus? Why didn't you tell me? You should have reported your findings. It makes sense. They must have used the book to triangulate its location. But still, Kostya's scouts would have seen them and they didn't report. You weren't lying then. He was. Good God.
Could Kostya have told the Steel Garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya. He lacks faith in the Wardens and conviction in Nandru's teachings. But I always believed he had a certain strength of character, that he could see wisdom and bow before it. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but
But an oath cannot change. A duty should not change.
I can't believe Kostya handed the steel garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. We took Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava.
I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. Let's hope we don't need your wishes. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. And Marius, make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the smithy. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now, and go with the gods.
Harun! You see that? That was Kostya who shoved me. All to go deeper. Into the keep, into the forge for some reason.
Outsider! That was a damn big explosion, wasn't it? Heard it down here above the sound of the anvil. What can I do? Still safe and sound.
Hey, I might have something for you, envoy.
If you're bu-
Good. I'm good. I'm just glad to be back to something normal after... Yes. And Lorraine over there has really made me feel welcome. More than welcome, even. She really helps me feel at ease. It's nice being with her. Thanks. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Anyway, I should let you get back. Oh, and one thing before I forget. The wardens let me open shop.
Hey.
I wanted to thank you. You've been a really good friend to me, and I appreciate it.
Something on your mind, Lawrence?
Running into a Yonkari.
Council members are having real food. This broth they've been serving us.
Went through this door. Be careful.
mycologists who could die happy here. Anything this beautiful is usually poisonous. Let's keep...
Magma's getting awfully high. You might want to hurry. We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya. Kostya left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
Behind safe!
I think I sprained my shoulder.
Voices silenced.
Posture is going to start without us if we don't get a move on.
Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
I'd come across references to this before, but nothing could have prepared me. We're in a bit of a rush, Envoy.
Endless night. When will the sun rise?
Kostya isn't very loyal himself, is he?
Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving.
Got 'em all.
One in's a rotten egg.
Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries. It cannot be.
My sister, soul of my soul, how did you find me here? A god beyond the grasp of gods. What is the will to a man subject to one like them? I told Sabadal not to look for me. I did not wish to be found. I have been here for so long. My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. There was a man called Nandru once. Beloved of a terrible god. I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. That was the name my mother gave me. But that was never what they called me. To them, I was beloved. An endearment my God wielded against me like a cudgel. I would have killed them with it if I could. But they were beloved of me, too. A child keeps a beetle in a jar. He does not know the beetle requires air, sustenance, freedom. He does not understand that if it shakes the jar, pulls off a wing, the beetle will be hurt. The child only wants to keep the beetle. It feels good to have control. We are both souls in a jar. Yours is just bigger than mine, for now. That was the name they gave themselves, stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Akida, people like you or I, who loved Sabadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sabadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sabadal turned their world to ash, ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sabadal burned their world, and the people who revered them suffered for it. So that I would be confronted every day with what our God had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free. No, their final death came later. A gift to the Akida from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them. Back to her. The rightful queen. She is the center. The center of everything. Yes, you see them with eyes unclouded. The ruined cities, the crevasses cleaved into the earth. They remade the land in their image. It reflects their twisted heart. You, my sister, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sapadal releases you to the same long peace. I do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. It is only a door, carved and warded by my own rough hands. It knew me. It will know you, because the same thorn tears at us both. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, sister. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
You all right? We lost you there, but not like before.
Another day, another chat with Sumadra. Though this one seems different. So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. Whatever you choose to do with him after we stop him is fine with me.
Finally! We found the gates! Quick, let's find Kostya!
Lava's rising. We have to stop this now.
Good, you're here. Help me destroy this witch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. Yes, exactly! I'm saving my people, Envoy. With your help, or without it. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
He has a point, but it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. None. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you. Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves? Help me destroy this witch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If they keep... I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves. Guilty as charged. I was the one guiding Dona. Mihala's sin is that despite her preoccupation with traditions and oaths, she has no curiosity. I had all the time to figure out what books I needed to acquire for the Steel Garrote. Then I had Dona, our young novice, steal them from the archives for the Steel Garrote. By the way, is that novice still alive? I see. And what of the Steel Garrote? Should I assume they're all dead as well? I could have used them. I could have fixed everything. But you've done me a favor in a way. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. I will not watch...
He has a... You...
Nandru isn't... He was He built us a tomb, Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you. Ha! Proof sheet. Well,
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
so be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Big mistake!
I think I sprained my shoulder. It's done. Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confining before? The keep is beautiful. Like a gilded cage.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Again.
We two have never been happier to see the keep standing tall.
I told you. I knew that adherent was a blessing.
I still can't believe that sucker sub.
What happened, Adiran? Is everyone all right?
It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead. I don't care, Envoy. Keep your blasphemies to yourself. Tell me about the keep.
Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home. Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare? Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right. Waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
It was a true thing.
We have to leave, Yaku.
feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
Amalia and her people took up arms and turned to banditry, and they still weren't allowed to leave. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for the garden. I, for one, could use a long rest. And I'm betting the envoy could, too.
I know, I'm excited too, dearie. But we need our beauty sleep, don't we?
Does anyone have a copy of the Theorems of Pangram? I want to try something.
I wish I could help, sweetheart. But the only copy I know of was lost somewhere in the deep.
Envoy? Blacked out at that Audra and the lava tubes beneath Solace. But it seemed different somehow. When you talk to Sapadal, you always have this specific expression. You had a whole different one this time. Giada says it was Nandru, like founder of Solace Nandru. Actual, dead and stuck in Audra Nandru. Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunen who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed day impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need? Pleasant dreams.
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why? Thank you for that. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways. Then it's a good thing you're here. Better late than never. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting. Until next time. Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement? Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands. What happened to Nandru was ages ago. Plenty of time to reconsider one's choices. No one is closer to Sapadal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts. A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapadal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. Thanks for talking.
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living lands is incompetent. Truly, is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too. Why would I be mad at you consigning a people to a lifetime imprisoned by their traditions and literal stone walls? Well, that doesn't sound like me at all. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaru. Well, perhaps if he wasn't so rude to Giada, I could find it in my heart to be kinder. Or if he was more competent, like his father. Either one. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling? I'm starting to suspect that everything... Truly, hopefully... Oh, come up. Don't mind if I do. Is your outfit from Rawatai, or do you have a tailor in Thirdborn?
Anything I had from Rawatai has long since turned to rags. And Thirdborn doesn't have tailors. Just sailmakers with time on their hands. Why?
I just wanted to thank whoever decided that you should wear that vest with no shirt underneath.
I just figured it was one less piece to wash.
Oh. I didn't realize I was speaking with the man himself.
My gift to the world.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that. Right. It's better that an Adiran envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Who knew an Archmage could be so relatable?
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
That's the spirit. And funny you should mention it. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind. Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? You're not the only one. Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Fair weather or foul?
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious? That's certainly true. No Animancer has ever set foot in the garden before. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? that was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. And only one chance to get it right. My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything. I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Well, that depends. I know a few spooky stories about the living lands. They may or may not have anything to do with the garden.
Okay, but if something goes bump in the night, I'm waking you up.
Let me think of a good one. Which do you want to hear first? I know one about a ranger's dream. One sunny day, a ranger took a nap in the woods of Emerald Stair. He awoke to a forest of dead trees, the night sky full of unfamiliar stars. After getting his bearings, he walked in the direction of Fior Messivernal, but the settlement was gone. In its place was the most beautiful garden, hills bursting with flowers, the grass as soft as Valiant silk. Enchanted by this vision, he bent to pick a rose, but its thorn cut like a knife, severing 3 fingers. Then, a voice filled his head, shouting, "Go now, before the land takes you, body and soul." He awoke in his own bed, a wilted rose clutched in his 2-fingered hand. It's nonsense, of course, but that's why I like it. Of course. Once upon a time, a young girl left town to fetch water from the local well. After pulling up the rope, she discovered the head of a Delimgan, one of the tree folk, staring at her from the bucket. "Return me to my grove," it said, "and I will grant you 3 wishes." So she carried the head into a peaceful clearing and sat it down on a tree stump. First, she wished for long life. The head granted her wish. Second, she wished to be impervious to a sword blade. Granted. And finally, she wished to know what happens after we die. No one ever saw her again. All they found was an Adra pillar in the middle of a clearing, next to an old stump. I heard it as a child. Took me years before I would fetch water again. Of course. Many years ago, when Fior Messivernal was barely a dot on the map, an Animancer got lost in the wilderness. He came upon a pair of ancient trees, their trunks and branches intertwined. A strange light shone in the space between the trees, and beyond that light, a city of gold. So the Animancer returned with an axe to chop the trees apart and fit his body through the narrow gap. But with every blow of his axe, the towers of the Golden City fell. The walls crumbled. The lights flickered out. By the time he made it through, there was nothing left. Only the bones of a once mighty civilization. As for the 2 trees, they were dead, hacked to splinters, leaving him no path back the way. The end of one story, and perhaps the beginning of another. It's very strange. I can't remember who told me that story, and no one claims to have heard it before. Very perceptive. What do you think it is? I have my own opinion, but I'm curious about... That is true of many places, not just the living lands. These stories might not shine any light on the garden, but they could inform the way we think about it. First, the garden is beyond all mortal understanding. If you think you're safe here, you're not. And second, when you walk into the unknown, make sure to bring a friend. Indeed. I couldn't have made it this far on my own. Hey, you're a good listener. Not everyone has the patience to hold their questions to the end. Alas, that is all I can tell you about the garden. For now, at least. Well, who could rest at a time like this?
When you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. I'm a man of hidden depths. What's not to love about floating islands and a spectral tree? Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse. You make it sound like we have a ticking bomb under our feet. And judging from Sapadal's outbursts at Mount Forja and Naku Kubel, you're probably not far off. There are a few provocations away from disaster. Aha. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of tears, a lot of drinks, and a lot of, I should have known better. Still, you taught me that a person can grow beyond their flaws. I hope you're right, because we are all in trouble if you're wrong. You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit, I'd be right there with you. But knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limits. I don't envy you having to deal with a loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have if, when, we escape this place. Lucky thing your emperor sent his best representative as his envoy, right? You'll have your work cut out for you. And some days you wake up and the deck of your ship's covered in bird shit. You can clean it up or you can step in it. That's the choice. The Steel Garrote leveled fewer. Even if animancers aren't the most popular bunch, everyone gets nervous when fields burn. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Heelguard banned the practice in Paradise. Oh, I wish I were finished. You helped Ludwig destroy Naku Kubel. And while most people don't give a tarnished skate for godless ruins, they'll see that as a powerful demonstration of siege weaponry. One thing I've learned about war, strife and distance have a way of reducing nuance. All anyone else is going to see is a threat display, on the doorstep of the Living Land's best cannoneers, no less. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time. You'd be surprised where people can find blame when they're spun up. And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Hilgard's been helping matters while you've been out here. If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy. Yeah, those were your orders. And if you make it back, you'll be the godlike Adiran who survived an assassination, treated with local leaders, faced a god, and stopped the Dream Scourge. That's a powerful symbol indeed. I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. I lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this. No matter what. Hey, it's not like you could possibly make the mess we're in worse, right? Anytime. What's on your mind? I barely plan further than the next meal, and you're asking me? I don't know, Envoy. I just try to take each day and each battle as it comes. And you can see where that's gotten me. But I think it's possible to be too prepared. I know. That's gotta make this difficult advice to follow. You know what all of us think by now. Ultimately, you're the one who has to decide what to do with Sapado and where your loyalties lie. My advice? Get a good night's rest, and when the moment comes, follow your instincts. Don't forget that every soul in the living lands hangs in the balance. But look at it this way. Whatever you choose, you'll end the Dream Scourge, and you'll give the living lands a future. And I'd wager that's better than where we are now. Try to get some rest.
I'm starting to suspect that every single truly, hopefully, but... Okay, how can I... Sweet dreams, Envoy.
Envoy, what do you need? You too.
Does anyone want to share a scary story?
Looks like we'll have to find another way through. Or not.
Nice of someone to mark that spot for us.
I think we've found Sapadal's home.
Stand back.
Get off me!
Show me what you got!
Here. Oh, why did we miss him?
One for you!
Is he really an archmage? I get the feeling I'd actually like him. I can't tell what's real anymore.
I think this is the only way down. After you.
Envoy, what do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
I've been researching the hollow bone.
Envoy, what do you need? That's the only one I don't know. Thanks for talking.
Let me think. I've been researching the Hollowbone crisis. Another spiritual... spiritual plague. Both similar and different to ours.
Dreadful, wasn't it?
A breath held, trepiding. The moon has many faces. We know your light. We seek what we wonder. We did not foresee this. A debt of knowledge we concede. The seabed speaks in riddles, a pearl whose shell we would run, roll with the tide, whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. Disturb the dirt, but spare the blooms, shake the roots slowly. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be. We feel nothing amiss. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad? What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing. But worse. So much worse. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go? Wanna know what I think? I think someone's laughing at me. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward!
Godlike of Sapadal, long have we awaited you.
Finally, you've come home.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive? I can hear them, but not with my ears. It feels like someone hitting my soul with a tuning fork. What do you think you're doing?
Giada Castell, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sapadal answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
I don't know what to say. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family. I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat, but that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being. I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death, and they were the best.
We are companions, toys, diversions. Sapadal fashioned us out of dreams and memories.
I can't believe it never occurred to me. They're animats. Ancient vessels held together with duty and loyalty. Their design is unusual, organic, much like the garden itself. Sapadal's work. All this time, your god has been making imaginary friends, drawing pictures on the walls of their cell. It's almost too sad to imagine. One final question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness. Easier said than done. Damn it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
The time has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to.
A garden is whatever you plant in it.
Sapadal wishes to be understood, as all mortals do. Seen, as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it.
Now that you have returned to the garden, Sapadal has everything they need. We will fade, as all things fade. Death is indifferent, not cruel, not merciful, merely inevitable. The pulling of an ancient weed.
We will return to the soil from which we emerged. In time, you will do the same. May the living lands receive...
Goodbye.
Give her space, dearie. Giada will speak more when she's ready.
I see the disciple has found her way into the cell.
No. Clarion Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
I am everywhere. My tools have mouths to speak.
Out! Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with? Apparently, I must. The situation is worse than I perceived. Do you think you're special? With your god's thorn in your side? Do you believe you can hold dominion when even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland? Who else would have?
It is true. She twists the knife. The sea.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained. Chaos is a blight. It must be scourged before it spreads. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with. Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it. There was none. Utmost chaos calls for unwavering rebuke. I see what you're implying. I will not acknowledge it.
Why does our prison not protect us? Help us! Silence her!
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy. The answer is obvious to those with the courage to accept it. You are here now. There's still time to succeed where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently. Your soul, it is tethered to you. Only you can siphon its essence into yourself. Very well. I cannot, but I will not stand by and watch you undo my work. You should have thought more carefully before. Let this be a
Never understood Wodika's appeal. Still don't.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer. Company!
Everyone okay?
Easy when you do it.
What is that? I know that place, right? They're unrecognizable. Like, I can't remember their actual faces. Well, that was